Hey, it's Evan. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. In today's episode, we're talking about the principle of strengthening meaningful relationships. Every relationship, and this is what I've learned thus far, is meaningful to you in some way. Your mother, the family you're born into, if you have siblings, a brother, a sister, a cousin, uncle, aunt, etc., every person, every individual in your life, understand that they were born for a reason, right? If you truly believe in how we have past lives, if you truly believe in what I deem the truth of how we're souls in physical vessels, we're not bound to the physical vessel, remember that, but truth be told, we're souls within the vessel, right? We're all God. God is eternal within the body. So this principle of strengthening meaningful relationships is so important to me because, and it's one of my principles, right? To strengthen meaningful relationships. And it's super important to me because that's how I go about my life. Everybody is better off for having known me, right? If I'm going for a coffee at a cafe, I'm at a coffee shop, right? And the barista is making my drink, right? I'm going to get her name. I'm going to ensure that I'm thanking her, right? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And what was your name, by the way? Don't tell them to smile. Encouraging them to smile, right? Sending that smile to them, right? Those are strangers, right? Waving to random people, eyeing people up, giving them a smile, right? Getting over this mental influence, or rather getting over this influence that's been on us since birth that strangers are dangerous or whatever. We don't know who's going to change our lives, right? Everybody starts off as a stranger. Even our parents start off as strangers, right? We're born to them for a reason. We chose to be born to them for a reason. And the motherly and fatherly affection is something we grow accustomed to over time. So strengthening relationships, meaningful relationships, is of the utmost importance because everybody serves you in one way or another, right? You may have some friends that you deem to be negative, right? Now, you deep down might believe that they're just trying to bring you down and they don't want to see you win. And there might be some truth in that, but that's how they serve you, right? It doesn't mean that the relationship that you have with this individual is not meaningful, right? Because how do we understand what it is that we don't want in life, right? How do we understand the types of individuals we don't necessarily want to surround ourselves with, right? We get that from relationships. And that's why strengthening meaningful relationships isn't strengthening only a select few relationships. It's strengthening all your relationships, right? The seed's been planted when you smile at somebody or when you get somebody's name. Now you know them, right? Don't diss them. They serve you in one way or another, just like you serve them in one way or another, because we're all one collective consciousness. It's a simple concept. And this is why I encourage you to make it one of your principles. Because remember, one of the previous episodes, love. I love all the individuals that are in my life. I love all the souls that I come across, that I come in contact with. I love them. It's beautiful. So I encourage you to make one of your principles to strengthen meaningful relationships, right? Because you don't know who's going to be a business partner one day. You don't know who's going to be your wife one day. You don't know who's going to be your husband. You don't know who is going to be one of your best mates, right? For the rest of your life. Because we all start off as strangers. And over time, we strengthen and nurture meaningful relationships, right? Just like how we nurture paradigm shifts when we evolve from one identity into another. We're nurturing the paradigm. Just how we nurture and strengthen meaningful relationships. So how can we do this, right? Something that I've done and I do from time to time is I check in, right, with my friends. I say, hey, checking in. How are you? How you doing? Tell me, what are you up to nowadays, right? We don't have to be in physical contact with everybody that we know in life, right? Because the more people, you may know thousands of people, right? And your time is finite, so you have to value your time. But a simple text message or a simple phone call can go a long way. Hey, do you want to meet for breakfast? Hey, do you want to go grab a coffee? Right? Something simple like that. That's how we strengthen meaningful relationships. And then taking it up a level, getting into more advanced ways of strengthening meaningful relationships in regards to tribe building and building business relationships is connecting people, right? You may know somebody in your life who is incredible at content marketing, right? And then you have a friend, right, who is in need of content marketing. You're able to be that middleman and connect the two people. This is why connecting people on social media is so powerful. Just recently, right, my one friend said, anybody know any videographers in Lisbon, Portugal, right? And I know of my friend in Lisbon, Portugal, Matt, right? So I put them in a group chat, right? Introduce each other. Hey, he's in Lisbon for a little bit, looking for a videographer, happy connecting, right? And be detached from anything that comes after. Being the middleman is such a fun idea to breathe life into. Just connect people, right? Of course, ask permission to connect these people before you go ahead and connect them, but why not connect them? This is how we strengthen meaningful relationships. Have those really important conversations with your parents. Hey, mom, hey, dad, listen, I'm growing. And this is why I'm traveling. This is why I'm booking my one-way ticket. You may not understand it, right? And I love that. And I love you dearly. But this is something I believe in my heart that I want to do. This is how we strengthen meaningful relationships, right? Not everybody's going to be in your life forever. It doesn't mean you have to diss them. It doesn't mean you have to be negative to them. And this is something that I've learned as well as I evolve into this new paradigm. Right? This new paradigm of existence, of here and now, in the eternal now. Everybody serves you in one way or another, and you serve somebody in one way or another. You can either bring people down or you can lift them up. Relentlessly and wholeheartedly. Remember that. Everything is a choice. You can choose to diss people or you can choose to send them an infinite amount of love. Hey, checking in, it was great seeing you the other day, right? Let's meet up in 2 weeks or something, right? Let's plan a dinner, right? You reap what you sow. In the material world, in the business world, building a physique, right? Staying fit, eating the right foods, organic and whole foods. You also reap what you sow in regards to the relationships you nurture. That's why entrepreneurship is so beautiful, because it's this mentality of everybody at my table eats. One of the best things is seeing my friends win. I love it. It brings me so much energy. It encourages me to work harder and smarter. Strengthening meaningful relationships. Have the hard conversations, but go about these hard conversations with love and affection. Go about every conversation with love and affection. Thank you for listening to this episode on encouraging you to build a principle of strengthening meaningful relationships. If you have any questions about this topic, feel called to direct message me on Instagram at Evan Senior, EvanSenour. Let's put the social back in social media. That's what it's there for. I love you dearly. This was an episode on the principle of strengthening meaningful relationships. You reap what you sow. I love you dearly. Have a great rest of your day.